Now that we have our views placed, we are ready to annotate our dimensions and our name. Up on the main menu row, there is an Annotate menu selection. Go ahead and click on Annotate. The first thing I'm going to have you do is to annotate your name, your period, and what it is that you have just done a drawing of. So click on the big A. If you notice in this bottom right hand box, if you go in really close, under the drawn, it will automatically have your student ID number in it. Mine, I'm logged in as myself, but you will be logged in under your student ID number. It will also have today's date. It helps me, though, as your instructor grading, if you go ahead and put your name. So what I did is I left-clicked in that top box just to the right of the date, and I'm going to type in my name. Here you can change your font. You can change the size. I like to make it bigger, and I like to make it bold. And I'm going to put Mrs. Baxter. And what period I'm in. I'm still on text, and in the box underneath it says title. I am going to go ahead and left click in that. Again, I'm going to make my text size bigger and in bold, and this is my sketch plane cube. So for every drawing that you do, you will include your name, your period, and what it is that you've done a drawing of. The next thing we're going to do is dimension it. And dimensioning is really easy. Basically what you're doing is you're telling somebody else looking at it how big everything is. The one thing that I want you to remember is you never dimension the top right one. You never dimension anything on the isometric view. You are only going to work off the front, the top, and the side. The very first three dimensions that you're always going to do is one length, one height, and one depth. So I'm going to click on dimension. You'll find the dimension in the very top left under the Annotate menu tab. You will find your length on the front view. And what I'm going to do is I hovered my mouse over the front length, and you notice it turned red. I'm going to left click. I'm going to drag my mouse out a little bit. I'm going to left click again and then click OK. That's all there is to dimensioning. So there is my length. I could have also found my length on my top view. I need one height. You can find your height either on the top view or the right side view. So I'm going to left click. I'm going to drag out and OK. So I've got my height, I've got my length, and now I need a depth. I can get my depth either from my top view or my side view. So I'm just going to go to my top view and get it right here. I left clicked on it and I clicked again and OK. You need to be careful not to grab the very center. For some reason, it doesn't like to be grabbed from the center. We also need to dimension the diameter of a circle. If you notice, I put my cursor over one of the circles and I get a little circle with a line through it with two arrows. I'm going to left click and drag out, and that's the diameter of that circle. and then OK. So I only need one diameter of one of the circles. I also need the depth of the extrusions. A lot of times these are too small to dimension, so I am going to left click on each end and then drag out. So that's an outward extrusion, and this is going to be my inward extrusion. And then the other thing that we need would be the size of the square on the side. We could also do how far the center of the circle is to the edge. And that should be enough dimensions for somebody to be able to pick up this sheet and to recreate the sketch plane cube off of the dimensions. The one thing that you want to remember is you do not want to over dimension. So you do not want more than one length. You do not want more than one height. You do not want more than one depth, that type of thing.